Hello everybody, it's the Abstractionist. I have a fan on, so I'm gonna try and talk a bit louder. Let me get this unplugged, put here, move me around, do this, put it back on, like this. Let's get started. Okay, so this is part 2 of my what I got in 2023. So essentially, I got Tarot and Oracle. Part 1 is Oracle, part 2 is Tarot. So we're just gonna go right into it. I already showed you guys this, but it's the Primordial Tarot. Essentially, I got this, and this is like the only thing that I got off my list for 2023, the decks that I wanted. And yeah, I use it not in a lot of not in a lot of spreads. I feel like it's just it's not a deck that you need for a lot of smaller readings. I do feel like it fits more of the asteroid kind of thing. So really, really, really large energy, really, really big energy, generational energy. I don't think it's something that you want to ask like a question like today or something like that. I feel like it's one that you work with larger generational patterns. Getting my personal one out the way, it's the Hoodoo Tarot. And yeah, this is just like a personal deck for me. So I already explained it in my oracles because I just explained the one that I got for myself. I'm gonna turn this off because yeah, I know it's gonna disrupt. In my mind, it's gonna disrupt the entire thing. So let's continue. This is Tarot, the Illuminated Tarot, but it's not a traditional 78 cards. It follows like the playing cards. So, oh wow, okay, this just came out. It follows like the playing cards. So it's like that. So you don't get the full like 78. So if you're looking for the full 78, I wouldn't advise this one. But if you're looking for like more Marseille leaning with a little bit of tarot imagery, then I will recommend this. But you're going to be missing like a court card. You're going to be missing quite a few cards out of the 78. And then like some of them aren't the same. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not the same. So if you're interested in that, like you get the Jack, the Queen, and the King. And that's about it. So that right there kind of takes up everything. And then also you really don't get like majors. So you know, you gotta want to have a deck like that. So hopefully you guys can see this. Hopefully you can see all of them when I do it. Next is the Dream Dust Shamanic. This was on my like bookmarks in my on my computer. I have bookmarks for decks that I wanted, and this was one of them, so I ended up getting it. If you're interested in decks that have a lot of art and not necessarily symbology, then I recommend this deck. It has a lot of art. It's basically all art and no people. So if you're one of those people that needs to have faces and landscapes, then this isn't really for you. But I like it. I really do. Maybe because I'm also interested in like meditation and pathfinding and projecting oneself into a card. It also reminds me of the emotion cards that I have. It reminds me of those. So I find that they're particularly beautiful, and I think that they just have a lot to offer in terms of exploration. I feel like if you like Marguerite Peterson, even though that does have a little bit of faces and stuff in there, you would like these. But these are decks that kind of, if you like abstract art, abstraction, then go for it. And I do. So I decided to get it. And it's a beautiful box and beautiful cards. Next is the Trickster's Journey. So this one is more about Chinese mythology, symbolism. So different creatures depicted, stuff like that. So I don't think I've used this in a reading this year. If I have, it was like one that I don't remember, but yeah. So this one is like a regular tarot. You're getting all like 78 cards. And I just feel like it's a good deck. Like, I want to explore like I Ching and stuff like that. I guess that may be stereotyping and pigeonholing this deck, but I do want to start learning about stuff like that, and Chinese astrology as well, because I am kind of interested in that. And I have been doing Chinese astrology kind of like readings online, or just like I don't say predictions or anything like that, but just interesting energies that I note. So I think that that'll be good for that. Next, we have Goddess of Love Tarot. So yeah, this is what we got. So I have to like get ones. This one is very censorable, I guess. So if you're someone who's on like Mother Mary, Rose, Mystery, like that kind of path, like the very divine feminine path, then I gotta like find cards that like don't have nudity, because there's a lot of nudity in these. If you're one of those people, then this deck might be really good for you. If you like any of the collage style decks that are particularly are leaning towards like women and wombs and kind of divine sisterhood, divine motherhood, divine cronehood type things, then I would recommend this deck for that, because I feel like it really helps. Certain ancient mystery schools pertaining to women, then I would go for this deck. So I think I used this one on my Menses channel, but yeah. So it's Goddess of Love Tarot. I mean, obviously, if you want to use it for goddess work, love work, spell work, things like that, cool. But I find that it's more like mystery school as it relates to women and those sort of societies, matriarchal societies, or just matriarchy in society, womanhood in society, maidenhood in society, cronehood in society. Next we have Witch's Wisdom Tarot. I realized that box is like printed kind of weird. Okay. It's just off. Like the printing is off. Virgorizing tendency. I don't know. Something about how this is wrapped. It's kind of like weird. So all of these thus far come with like some sort of guidebook. So you don't have to worry about not getting a guidebook if you get it like offline from like the website or in Barnes and Noble or something like that. If you go with sellers online, they may not have the book, so just, you know, understand that you should be getting a book with this. This one I was hesitant to get. I think it was because like the witch thing was like throwing me off, because I don't consider myself a witch, so I personally stay away from that. I am an animist. Okay. So Ace of Fire. So yeah. So it does have a lot of kind of natural kind of landscapes, ceremony, ritual, nature going on in this deck. So if you're interested in that, cool. I don't feel like it's as obvious as like, what's that one over there? Wildwood? Yeah, where like Wheel of the Year, like that stuff comes into play. But I mean, it's kind of, you know, it's kind of like there. Like that energy is still kind of there, but it's not overt with it. Like there's no card that says like Maybon, you know? Get in there. I feel like this also could be a good dream work oracle or dream work deck. Okay. Lastly, on this side, I have the After Tarot, and hopefully I can get the Before Tarot at some point. Let's see, put it right there. Before Tarot at some point. I know there's probably a glare on these, but hopefully it's not too bad. And then these are like the shiniest. These are like the shiniest cards. That's what they look like. So this is basically kind of like Rider-Waite-Smith, but it's like what happens after all of this stuff happens, right? And then there's a before, and I want to get that just to kind of complete the set, and then I'll have my like writer, you know, saying my Rider-Waite-Smith. So it's like a really good one to me to have, because I'm like I like the basics. Like I don't mind these. I have like enough decks to be appreciative of like the original, so to speak. So yeah, it's just like I feel like a good deck. And then you can also, if you have all three, you can put them in a reading and then kind of see the energies from that. So that's the After Tarot. I'm gonna check on the time. Let me see. Once again, check around. 13. Okay. Sorry, I just be like so. I'm cognizant of the time because it's like 3 something here, and the light is gonna be fading. So I got like another like 30 minutes, if that, to like do this. So I want to just do it. Next is the Tarot of Sexual Magic. I'll show a little bit, but like this is the deck that I feel like gets everybody in trouble on YouTube these days. So, you know, there's that. Because it's like so much nudity. So I mean, you could use this for like romantic readings and things like that. You could do it for like underlying longings, pinings, desires. I don't feel like it has to be overtly like sex. Like working with your own sexual energy, your own sexual magic. That's something. Now the Cameron, yeah, that one's overtly. That one's overtly. This one is kind of like, you know, like kind of erotic. Yeah, none of these I can put. Anyway, that's basically the deck. And it comes with a little tuck box and a little guidebook. It's Los Scarabeo, I think. So, you know, you're not going to get like the biggest guidebook with it. And it's just going to come in like this little box. Unless they design an actual box. But yeah. That's that. Cha-cha. Next we have the Gentle Thrills Tarot. I don't know how I got this one. I don't know if it was on eBay or if it was on the website, because I think this is a website. Like the artist has a website, but I don't see the deck on there. I see like a lot of the art that she makes. So I don't know. So this is that. The cards are a little larger. A lot of these, the cards are a little wider or longer than average tarot. But it is what it is. This one's just fun, like art. I feel like if you like the OK Tarot, but a little bit, but definitely a lot more drawing, you might like this. Because I feel like the art style between those two is kind of like similar. These two is too like similar. So if you like the OK Tarot, you might like this one. It might be a good pairing aesthetics wise. The OK Tarot is like a good base tarot. And I have read with this before. I do find that like you may not want to do like 10 cards of this. You may want to do like 3, if not just 1, because you have so much going on. As a reader, you can get overwhelmed because it's like so many colors and stuff like that. Like, and imagine 10 cards of this, you know, 10 cards. I like all of this, all of it, like color and stuff like that. Like, I feel like you could easily get overwhelmed. So I would keep it very simple, perhaps yes or no questions with this. But if you can do a 10 card spread with something like this, more power to you. So this is a regular full 78 cards as well. Next, Buffy the Vampire Slayer. I didn't get this because I was watching the show. Like, I only watched it in passing like once or twice, but I never really sat down and watched this whole series. So I'm not particularly like informed on the characters. So there's that. Yeah, I'm not particularly informed about all of the characters or the plot or whatever. I got it because I liked the colors and I liked the artwork. So it was nothing to do with necessarily like I'm a fan of the show. Even though I would have grown up around the time that it like came out, but when I was a kid, but yeah. Old enough that I guess I would be watching this after school or something. So if you're a Buffy the Vampire Slayer fan, then you may actually like this. And I like that they have a good color scheme to it. It's not black and red, because like black is like definitely overused when it comes to like decks like this. They like use black, but I like that purple was used because it does lighten it up a little bit. And it does make it more like a TV show. It kind of does fit the theme a little bit better, but yeah. So this is that. I didn't read this yet, with this yet. And I also don't pigeonhole decks that look like this for like Halloween or anything like that. I don't really have like decks by season, so to speak. So I don't put it in the, oh, we're going to use it in Halloween type thing. It could be very Saturnian, so I could use it during this season. But yeah. Next is the Kai Tarot Love, Key Tarot Love. I think it's Kai Tarot Love. So it comes with a little mini booklet, blah, blah, blah. And then here's the card with the words. So this one also, it has people in it, but they're not necessarily like fully prominent in the deck. They're not like the only thing, right? So it is kind of abstracted a little bit more. So if you like the abstract kind of deal, I do think you'll like this. Often said I would like to see this with a full bleed of photo and not just like it cut off, but then it becomes an issue of some pages, some artwork is lighter than others, and so you would kind of have to keep changing the color of the words from like alternating like black and white all the time, and that probably wouldn't be something that you'd be wanting to do. But even like a gradient, like if you Photoshop this to like smudge it and then it bleeds into that a little bit easier. But I like this deck. I've read this deck for a coworker. Good, like it's a good reader. It's a really good reader. It's very informative. It's not like necessarily like a paranoid kind of deck. It is one that will let you know about any issues. It's pretty honest and open in that way. So I liked it. So yeah, there's that. Next we have Ritual Tarot. I feel like this is like one of the most scrumptious ones of the year, mainly because I've been watching it for a while. So when it finally came up, I got it. So this is that, and the inside. And if you guys don't know, there is another version. The marked version, I believe, has the keywords on there now. So this one doesn't have it, which I do appreciate her making a marked version, because for me, I personally don't know what any of these cards are outside of like the suits, and not the suits outside of the suit, outside of the courts and the majors. That's the only ones I get. Like, so cards like this, you know, I'm able to figure out, but cards like this, I'm like, I don't know. Is it Wheel of Fortune? I don't know. Like, I don't know. So I do like that there's a marked edition. And then there was also a change to, I think one of the cards, or the Lust card is added. I think the Lust card is added in here. It's like cups. I got this. I think it's supposed to be the moon. I don't know. But yeah. So I don't really know what these cards are in terms of like, if it's the, like, this is like, I'm assuming 3 of Cups. Cool. Got it. But like ones like this, is this the Emperor? Like, I don't know. So this one can be confusing if you like don't read the guidebook as far as like what card is what, but I won't fault that, because this deck is kind of one of those decks that I feel like you could do astrological work with, dream path finding, something like that. I don't feel like it follows the conventional like tarot card use, and so I'm okay with it not necessarily being as clear. But if you want it to be clear, then I would get the marked edition that she has, just so you can do it. We have the Apparition Tarot. So this one does come with a guidebook as well. So Spirit Speak is also the company I got the Vessel Oracle from. I like this one way better. This is the deck that I actually wanted. I got the Vessel, I think it was because it was on sale or something like that, but I actually really wanted this one. So I got it once it became available again. I enjoy the artwork. I used to watch Blatherby, And I feel like she has this. Her deck collection was like really nice. Like, it had really interesting decks in there. And I was really inspired to like purchase some of these based on her video. Like, I like watching deck videos because people really do have interesting ideas about decks and how to use them and why they're drawn to them. And they oddly enough really do fit the personalities of people that they like. The decks that they get, they fit the personalities. You can kind of see like, oh, okay, I can see kind of like what aspect of you enjoys like looking at this. So yeah. Yeah, this is one that I do take with me when I go and read for people at like tarot markets. So I will use this one to read because it draws people in their eyes, and it is kind of a fun one to read because I feel like the energy, the interpretations aren't necessarily the traditional interpretations of the cards, right? The traditional, you know, meanings and things like that. So it kind of helps open you up to different interpretations, different meanings. So that's the Apparition Tarot. And then lastly, we have the Dreamer's Tarot, which I just purchased. So it's one of the newer ones that you would have seen on the channel as far as deck purchases. It does come with a book. It comes in this box. And art-wise, it's not my like thing for real. But I just got it on a whim. So yeah, I haven't read with it yet. I feel like this is kind of like, it could be like a spirit guide kind of deck, like spirit guides, semi-signs kind of thing. But I enjoy it. I enjoy looking at it. Like, again, it's not the art style I would immediately go for, but it's a nice deck. And you may be able to use it with another, you know, another kind of deck. I will say the paper is not that good, like the cardstock is not that good, but it does shuffle really well, so maybe there's something to be said for that. So as far as I can see, I've covered everything. So this is all of the decks that I have. I want to thank you guys for watching Tarot Moss days 1 through 15. I will be probably doing a little bit of a bonus, but this is going to go out Christmas, and then the bonuses will go out maybe Christmas as well. So thank you for watching. I'll talk to you guys later. Take care. Bye.